Kiri's Kikiri Kalispera. Today, we're going to make one of my favorite spaghetti dishes. It's quick and easy, and I think you're going to love it. The ingredients are spaghetti, tomato sauce, minced meat, olive oil, white wine, onion, garlic, red pepper, allspice, bay leaf, salt, pepper, tomato paste, and rigani. We're going to need a pot and 2 liters of water. Once the water starts boiling, add some olive oil and some salt. Don't forget to read the package instructions for al dente. My instructions say 10 to 11 minutes of cooking time. Now, let's add the spaghetti. Pat it down into the water and let's let it cook. While we're letting the spaghetti cook, it's a good time to start chopping up the ingredients. Let's begin with the garlic. Squish them. Be careful you don't cut yourself. And start chopping up the garlic into little pieces. Now that the garlic is done, let's grab the red pepper and chop it up into little cubes. Now that we chopped up the red pepper, before we begin with the onion, let's take a look at how our spaghetti's doing. After 5 to 6 minutes of cooking time, the macaroni telja yinude. Now, let's go back to the cutting board and start chopping up our onion. The pasta's been cooking 10 to 11 minutes. It should be done. But before we strain it, let's take some pasta water, which we'll need later on. We'll need around 1 cup of pasta water. We're going to need a pan, medium to high heat, and let's add some olive oil. We begin by cooking the garlic for a couple of seconds before we add the onions. Now we add the onions. Cook the garlic and the onions together for around a minute. And then add the chopped red peppers. And carry on cooking everything for 2 to 3 minutes. As soon as you cooked everything for 2 to 3 minutes, let's add the minced meat. And carry on cooking. But before we add the tomato sauce, we're going to want the minced meat to start turning golden brown. In order to turn golden brown, it should need around 5 to 6 minutes of cooking time. After 5 to 6 minutes, let's put a hole in the middle and add the tomato paste. And cook it for a couple of seconds before we mix it with everything. I believe it gives it more flavor. let's do the same thing with the white wine. Let's put a hole in the middle and then add the white wine. I do this so the wine will cook for a couple of seconds and the alcohol will evaporate, because we don't want the alcohol, we just want the taste of the wine. After cooking the wine for a couple of seconds, give everything a really good mix. And then add the tomato sauce. And carry on mixing. We're going to add half a cup of pasta water. Now it's time for the salt, pepper, allspice, and the bay leaf. And one nice pinch of rigani. We're going to put a lid on it and let it simmer for at least 20 minutes. After 10 minutes, let's give it a mix, see how it's doing, and add the rest of the pasta water. Let's put the lid back on and let it simmer for another 10 minutes. After 20 minutes of simmering, the meat sauce should be ready to serve. And don't forget, και καλή σας όρεξη!